it's Melissa. Thanks so much for joining me at Fun, Yum, and Frills. Today we're going to be making extra yummy mini almond butter and strawberry muffins. These are perfect for any occasion. That strawberry and a little bit of almond butter add just the perfect amount of sweet yumminess. Let's go over our ingredients. You've got your key players, obviously your strawberry jam, which you can also use strawberry preserves, and you've got your crunchy almond butter. You can do creamy if they don't have crunchy, but I personally think this recipe is better with crunchy. You'll also need 1 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, a half a cup of vegetable oil, a half teaspoon baking soda, half teaspoon salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and then 2 eggs at room temperature. When you're baking, you'll always want your eggs and your butter at room temperature, and 1 cup of flour. Get that oven going to 325, and then go ahead and get your cupcake tin prepped with your little cupcake liners. I always hate to break up the flow when I'm cooking, so just get it out of the way now and set it to the side. Everything is prepped, oven's heating up, so now we can start baking. You're going to start with your 1 cup of flour, and go ahead and get it into a bowl that is not your mixing bowl. You're going to whisk that together with your baking powder, salt, and baking soda. Notice I had those all together already in a bowl. I always kind of peruse the directions before I get all my ingredients together and see if there's anything I can go ahead and combine up front, especially when it's those little tiny amounts. And I personally always like to get all my things prepped like you see it here, especially when you're baking, because with baking everything is so time sensitive that it kind of throws off things when you're rushing around the kitchen everywhere to add something in. Okay, so that is mixed. We're going to set that to the side. Now, with your big mixer, make sure you put the whisking attachment on, and we're going to do the half cup vegetable oil, pretty much everything that's left aside from the strawberry jam or preserve, whatever you're using. So get that sugar in there. Get the vanilla, our 2 eggs, and then if you've never measured something really sticky like peanut butter, you are going to want 1 of these. See how this slides up and pops out? Just grab a spatula, open your peanut butter. See, this is brand new. And do the same sort of thing. That almond butter is going to have a lot of natural oils in it, so be careful when you're opening it. As you can see, I just spilled some. And 1 cup is pretty much taking up my whole container, at least what's easy to scoop out. And this is a 16 ounce. So something to keep in mind if you are trying to figure out how much to buy. And then this is really easy, I can just dump it in here. If you're ever doing something that's a little stickier, all you're gonna do is push in on the end of it. Like so, and in it goes. Set these off to the side, and we're gonna mix. Now that it's all mixed, we're gonna slowly add in our flour mixture. I like to use just a regular measuring cup to add in, because if you try and tip this over, even I find with the attachment that's supposed to help for that, none of my mixing bowls are curved that way, so it still, for me, flies all over the place. Once you've got your attachment lifted free and you've got all of your peanut buttery goodness in there, go ahead and prep your strawberry jam or preserves as well. We're going to work in layers on this. What I use is a spoon for my peanut butter and a 1 teaspoon for my strawberry jam. It's gonna get really sticky. You may wanna dunk it in some water every now and then just to help out. And then you're gonna work in layers. What you see here is this is a bottom layer. This is one that's fully done. The strawberry jam actually goes in the middle of these so that when they bite into it, it's this yummy, yummy strawberry surprise. So you're just, once you get the bottom layer down, I like to do a layer that's a little bit thinner on the bottom. I'm just going to do a couple more of these, and that's all you need of the strawberry jam. It's going to kind of sink in and ooze out the sides just a little bit. Come back in and top it off with your almond butter. And then, once these are all baked and golden brown, you're going to come back with just a dab more of the strawberry jam. And it's going to make them look very cute, I promise. So go ahead and fill all these up, stick them in that oven for 25 to 30 minutes, and then I'll see you back here. At this point, your muffins should be golden brown and completely cooled. So mine just took right at the 25 minutes. Took them out, went and watched a show, and you'll come back to them. Keep your jam out, and you want it about room temperature. That's the way it's easiest to work with. The best way to take these out of the pan is to just lightly tap on the sides of them and give them a little twist. Now, if you had a lot of jam in there and you had a really thick lower layer, then some of the jam is really going to spill over the top. You may just want to grab a knife or a fork and slowly go around those edges to make them easy to pop out. Put them on a serving tray, or if you want to have them on a different tray to dress, that's fine, and then you can move them to your serving tray. I switched to the half teaspoon here on the jam. The original recipe calls for a half teaspoon actually in the middle. I like mine to have a little bit more strawberry jam in the middle. I feel like it just gives it a bit more flavor. And that's why I did that earlier on in the video. If you don't like it that way, go ahead and use the full or the half teaspoon in the middle. I do switch to the half teaspoon at the end just because a full teaspoon is way too much on top. And all you do is just spoon it out. It doesn't have to be perfect. It shouldn't be perfect. That's what makes it look more homemade. So that's all you do to complete your mini almond butter strawberry muffins. I hope you enjoyed this, found it informative. Have fun baking something yummy.